3. Aristotle's traditional approach. What is Aristotle? Aristotle classified properties of items and concepts in the known universe. One of his most fundamental discoveries was the composition of persuasive speaking. Although Aristotle identified the three apples, which is ethos, logos, and pathos. Ethos. Ethos is the person delivering the message has to be credible. This definition of ethos consists of convincing your audience that you have good character and you are credible, therefore your words can be trusted. Example of ethos. As a 3 Olympic gold medalist, I can assure you that this energy drink will improve your fitness and stamina. Emphasis on being an Olympic gold medalist showcases the speaker's credibility. Conclusion of ethos. As a human beings, we are natural storytellers and story consumers. Learning to test and develop persuasive abilities through narration teaches students important lessons. The second is logos. Logos is an appeal to logic, and the message must be logical and well presented. Example of logos. This durable, pocket-sized camera is perfect for adventures on the go. You can use statistics, performance metrics, past evidence, and product utility to make a compelling case in your advertisement. Conclusion of logos. In the last thing that you get to say in your speech and will be the last thing that the audience hears. The goal of your conclusion should be that it resonates with the audience and basically sums up the speech. The last is pathos. Pathos refers to emotion and feelings. It allows marketers or advertisers to appeal to people's emotions and beliefs. Example of pathos. A bag of chips can bring the whole family together. Tags on the heartstring, doesn't it? There you have it. Conclusion of pathos. The appeal to emotions means to persuade an audience by purposely evoking certain emotions to make them feel the way the author wants them to feel.
How do you persuade someone to see things your way? The Greek philosopher Aristotle had some good ideas on how to persuade people. Among his most powerful techniques were what he called the three appeals, designed to ask an audience to believe his argument. Aristotle called these three appeals ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos appeals to the audience by asking them to trust the person making the argument. Pathos appeals to the audience's emotions, asking them to believe because they care. Logos appeals to the audience's sense of logic and rationality, asking them to believe because the argument makes sense. Using the appeals can make your writing or speaking more persuasive, and if you can spot them when they're being used or misused by others, you can also protect yourself against manipulation. Let's examine the three appeals more closely. First up, ethos. One way to win over a skeptical audience is to convince them that you're trustworthy, knowledgeable, and well-meaning. Know your subject. When presenting, dressing and speaking professionally will boost your audience's confidence in you. When writing, making sure your documents have a professional tone and are error-free can also enhance your ethos. Next, we'll address pathos, the appeal to emotion. Many popular movies, books, and songs appeal to emotion. These appeals often engage positive emotions like joy or hope, but other times... No, please. Pathos can engage negative emotions as well. However, in academic writing, a simple tug on the heartstrings won't suffice. To use pathos effectively, incorporate vivid imagery and intentionally emotional and impactful adjectives and verbs. Academics can support their arguments most effectively with logos, an appeal to logic and rationality, by building an argument with facts, figures, and well-thought-out reasoning. Audience with logic, you draw your conclusions as rational, rendering the opposition less persuasive, sometimes even as irrational. Not all conclusions are easy to prove, though, and the responsibility falls on you to make the case and convince the audience. While many arguments rely on one or two of these methods, some of the most effective use a combination of all three. The most important aspect of persuasive writing is to create a credible line of thought for your message that audiences will follow. If you do it carefully, they very well might arrive at the same conclusion. For more information